you have a lot of data here, this could be related to the, for example, name. The second vault will be related to the age or colors. You can't do it like this one by assigning here. Instead, you will just assign it to the new object here and call it neatly here. Instead of employee, you can even call the employee 2 like this one, right? And then again change the names. The first one will be Ellie as an example. The second one will be Petty, and the age will be 20. This one is an example, and you could do what here? You could print out, this could be the first names, first names, right? And the second one will be the second names here. Print out it second names, employee 2 here instead of the 1. This is the variable which is being assigned for this class and called here. Instead of the employee, we are calling this row here, this list. We need this one. And these parameters also work the same for this one or this one. Does not matter. But we should change these variable names here in order to access them differently. If I click Alt Enter, you could see that the result will be different here. But we could even also call these values from newly created methods, which is the best way of calling. After defining the method, we could easily access our attributes with the help of a self parameter here. What is the newly created methods? We have this initialized method, but we can manually create a new method and call them here. Let's just delete them because we don't want to call, or just save it here. Just call this method again here, paste it, and now I want to print them out with the help of the newly created method. Let's call them like details, right? Let's see, I want to call the method called diff details, right? Of the calling, I shall do what? I give a parameter here for this method too, and of the column I will print out what? I want to print out this information here inside of this method and print this output here for this method. In order to do this, I can just print out my name is column of the concatenation. I will do what? I will access these parameters or attributes here with the help of self name 1. Then I want to access the age is, and type it, and age is plus self accessing the age, but we want to access specifically which object we want to access. I want to access this object here. In order to access them, I will call it first. In order to call it, I will do what? I will use this variable here, employee, and after that I will use this method here, details, and round brackets. If I click Alt Enter, it should print error. Yes, name employee is not defined. Again, we have a syntax error here. Let's see what's the simple error if I copy it and paste it here. Yes, it's being changed, and run it. Again, we have an error, can only concatenate str. we might have a problem with this one because we have concatenated it and not used the comma. We have two ways of printing it out. I have explained already in the previous lessons. If I use a concatenation, I will have to use str for numbers, for integers here, because this is the number. It could not be concatenated easily with these strings here. But if you want to concatenate, you will use str function here. Read, and yes, you could see that it will print it out the result, this one. But usually if we want to just separate them, we can do it in which way? We can easily just separate the names and the ages in different methods and call them by methods here and call them differently. How should I do this? First, I will type in the define here and create the second method here. This method will be called age method, right? And this one will be the name here, name method. And right now I want to be use this name as it is. I will not touch it. This is good. But in order to use the age, I will create a new method and call it age from there, because we might have a big data and we will place the ages in one method and the names in different methods and use them differently in any places we want. That's why we will use lots of these methods, and they could be handy in the future. This is the main reason. If I print it out, the running code here, this one, just a minute, I will try to print it out. But before printing, what should I do here? I will call first employee not details, the name method here first, and the second one I will print out the age of this employee, or this one, does not matter. Let's try to call the age of this object here, employee 2 age method. Run brackets and click enter. You can see that the result is the same. We have just separated the code and placed it in different methods here, like age methods. The numbers will be in one method, the names will be in another method, and hence this way of using the code in the future will be really helpful for you while just running your code in different classes. This will be pretty useful for you to know. If I want to add a value as a variable inside of our function and print it out, how would I do this? First, let's see that I want to add the address here inside of this name, but I don't want to but I don't know how to place a variable inside of this code. In order to do it, if I just try to pass a variable called address equals Kusar, right? This is the city name, Kusar, and place it here after the self name. I will concatenate it even without the problem. I can concatenate it with address. We will do what? We will print out the error. It will print out the error. Address is not defined because first, this is a local variable and this is not the global one. That's why you should add the self parameter or define it within the method to call it. What's the self parameter? This one. You should add the self parameter here with address and call it with the help of self here and run it. You could see that it will print out the result. Let's give a space here, click enter. Yes, it will print it out, or address here, and we have defined this variable to this initializing method. But if I don't want to use the self and use this variable again, I can just let's cut it, use it inside of its method here, address equals to cursor, and here without the self I can easily print out the result like that. You will see this is not a problem. This is the initializing variable inside of your own method, which is used here. And that's it for now. I think that this lesson was really helpful for you. Thank you for watching this video. Subscribe to my channel. Have a good day. Bye.